area for, you know, kind of act as that post-plant utility. There's a lot to look forward to for this comp here for DHBK.
Plenty of smokes, plenty of bang. It's going to require a whole lot of quick peeks in order to pull things off. We'll see what Beast Coast can do. DHBK starting off on the attacking side, leaning towards A. They've got showers control. They've got short control. Well, I lied. They had it, but Tig dispatches of them instantly.
That frenzy coming up big. A shock dart to follow. Dim Sum eats that one. Despite recovering the ghost, Stange will actually be the one to pick it up. Tig falls. That's one. Decop.
Good
Jammies. The frenzies are just too strong.
Anderson, you gotta go, baby. Takes a telly, gets the heck out of dodge. Looks like he's gonna be able to get the spike down. No,
Yo,
this is winnable, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, look at the HPs, and he's got a molly.
Yep, certainly winnable. We'll see if he has any cheeky, like, lineups. But he's gonna get a chance here. Dash is there. Quick. Whoa! Okay, he's got at least info on 2. Swings around. No way. 1. The smoke. 2. No freaking way. Anderson, baby, the 3K. Line him up and knock him down. DHBK win the pistol.
Ooh. Oh, man. That sky smoke, I think, may have been enough to at least distract the side of BC from the possibility of an elbow wrap. And if you're retaking this site, okay, you're up against a Brimstone who likely has an incendiary at hand. So you're thinking, okay, this guy's either in hookah or he's at Long B playing the post plant really passive, knowing that we're low. And instead, Anderson just out here making plays in a big way. 1-0 now for DHBK to start at map 3 here, Doug.
Dude, and I thought for sure D-Cop was going to peek out of that smoke and give him the business. Right? But the call, I guess the call may have come in a bit late. I'm not sure either way. We mentioned pistol, favor of the attackers. Now, second round on the board. We saw them work A, well, until they got out. Now we're seeing them work their way up B. Ton of utility, a lot of ouch across hookah.
Lucky Brawl incoming.
Yes, please.
We'd love to see these. And Decop investing that $900 is all for naught because the shock bolts from Harmon find their mark.
Man, I was freaking pumped up for the Bucky thing.
Me too, man.
Harmon ruining the fun. All right, either way, DHBK, they have the numbers advantage here. And what they don't realize is that, yeah, cloud bursts, mollies, darts, everything, it's all for naught because nobody's home, right? They're going to be able to get onto the site for free. Now Beast Coast. They don't have a ton here. We'll see how they choose to play this one out.
And despite some small investment, perhaps into weapons, really that was just an A stack looking to perhaps find an unwitting DHBK retreating towards there after seeing the Bucky instead. Here we are, Anderson finding a very uncomfortable and shocked B-Dog.
Surprise.
Orbital Strike is online. Turns on Tig, and just one left. That is in hookah. He's got the Bucky. Anderson wisely backing up now. All right, there's a scope on top of that. Pretty sure the Bucky.
It seems that way sometimes. It really does.
It's got a 4x.
All right, DHBK. Flawless round 2, right? So they can ride this bonus deep into the sunset. They've got Bulldogs. They've got the Bucky in the hands of Screwface. A couple of Spectres in there as well. Looking good, feeling good, money for days. Beast Coast, they're buying up. Interestingly enough, 2 players not going to be bringing full armor into the fold.
And we see Anderson towards short A. So the boom bot headed towards hookah. Maybe some B presence. If I had to guess, Doug, and I'm guessing more, I'm hoping, even as Kohler finds that pick over at Showers, perhaps we'll see an orbital strike and an A execute. We can cross our fingers here and hope. But Screwface already in possession of U-Haul. Up short is all of DHBK, and here we go. Spike soon to be planted.
Yeah, man, he's taking so much space here. At this point, they can just smoke off heaven, and Kohler's going to have to peek his way through that great camera there to get him some info. Keep a close eye on the telly, too. Someone just took it out, going to be pushing in through Showers. They're wise to it. Screwface. Oh, no. Oh, no! No! Unfortunate events. Anderson gets TIG. Dimsum gets it as well. DHBK still in a decent spot here. Jamie's on the defuse. However, he's going to stick it. The ball's on this guy.
And he dies to the Molotov. Wow. That is an understatement. That was a hero play and a half from Jammies, who just steps in, sticks the defuse, tanks the damage, and despite the orbital strike, despite the incendiary, the Brimstone's efforts fall a bit short. Nevertheless, you got a lot of frags there.
Yep.
You invested the orbital strike, yeah, but you're already halfway towards another one.
Which is nice.
And yeah, that feels good.
Yep.
But you've really damaged the economy. It's a good round to lose, let me just say that. You get a blade storm out from Jammies, but otherwise, Beast Coast. A bit of a broken buy. Upset this aggression towards B early on from DHBK, and they kind of lined up on it from out of spawn, but
Okay.
wild play from Tig there.
Yeah, but they don't have hookah control. Right? Like, they never established that. Ange is going to be there watching to make sure nobody comes into telly, but they've already lost hookah control. Right? And the thing is, DHBK, they're not on the site. They haven't committed to the spike, and they don't really have a ton of room to work with. They may try... Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they're going to flip out. Absolutely flip the map. Ange was there. He does get one, a gift, like a parting gift for his troubles, but they're just going to flip the map again.
I love it. And what's crucial to note here, you mentioned they didn't have hookah. It almost seemed intentional. You drop a sky smoke at the entrance. That's 20 seconds where you can get elbow control, perhaps even force the play-in out with a reflank from Ange. Instead, it's just Decop having his team outmaneuvered, and it's Harmon to clean it out. And now hookah is theirs. 20 seconds left on the clock, and despite a long-range blade storm frag from Jamie's onto Harmon, the knives fall short on the rest, and now it's just B-Dog opting to pull away and save this Phantom for another day. And it's really, I love the way that they played that. And like you said, it's not as though you could just like plant spike, play on the site with people in hookah. You're going to get shot from too many different directions. So they basically take the opportunity, abuse the teleporters on the map, and Ange finds a frag or two that really required no utility and no effort whatsoever. It just took his teammates using the map.
Yep. Well, and even like, so they get onto the site. They even took elbow control. So that looked like that's where they wanted to play. And then the flip over. The thing is, Ange getting those picks after the play was gone, that's what opens the window for them to come back. Right? That's just like, everyone's already bailed out, right? Like, you assume that because they hear you take the telly and you get one of the final lurking picks, you know that B is open.
Absolutely. Just beautiful control. And this is why I kept saying, you know, to some degree and with some variance, of course, but DHBK has just looked like such a solid team, right? Just the team aspect of it alone is enough to be the difference in a lot of these rounds. And right there, Beast Coast not failing to hit their mark when the shots are needed, but failing to stay one step ahead of the movement from DHBK.
All right, Bucky versus Judge. Where's your money? Quick.
On the Bucky, man. Bucky's gonna lose.
All right. We'll see. We're going to get a chance here unless somebody intervenes. That's never going to be fair. Oh! Bucky's never lose, man. You jinxed them. Screwface gets one. Screwface dashes in, gets a second one as well. Beast goes down to 3 members left. Kohler with some nice shots with the classic. Okay. All right. But the spike goes down over on A. Everyone's just kind of like lost in their whereabouts.
One enemy remaining.
There's just not a whole lot that Beast Coast can do here.
That was so painful to witness.
Yeah, you jinxed it, man. That's entirely on you.
Do you think that was like a right click at too close a range, or do you think that was a left click that just missed across the board?
It looked like a left click that I thought it was a left click that missed, but oh man, just a hair, just a hair.
Like, that's one of those. Not only do you, I wish I had that at another opportunity. Wish I got that kill back, but like I'd be nauseous after that. You know what I mean? Like a little seasick.
Even we felt a little sick watching it.
Oh man. Oh, you know, when people are, you know, The classic gamer term. You hate to see it, but actually,
You do, bro. Yep.
that was painful.
Revealing area.
DHBK here, big lead, 3 rounds up. Big ultimates to work with as well, man. Think about the impact behind the Orbital Strike, the Hunter's Fury, and the Showstopper. They can crack this bad boy wide open.
And we've seen a few dueling showstoppers today. We'll wait here as U-Haul is already in control of Screwface with this Judge.
Wow.
But B-Dog holding fast at back triple for 3. Already looking like it's all Beast Coast here. Just Harmon in a 1v4. Polar closes it out, and now Beast Coast back on the board with 2. Economy under control. 4 will live, and only got to rebuy armor on that raise. So Decop in good shape despite that. And now you've got an op on jammies. You know, what may have been a 4-1 lopsided half so far for DHBK. This is definitely the springboard towards hopefully greener pastures if you're a Beast Coast fan, because they've got the opportunity here.
Yeah, they've got something cooking real pretty round there from Beast Coast. And the thing is, like, dude, we'll joke about the Bucky and the Judge, but Screwface trying to fight from U-Haul all the way across the site with the Judge into a Phantom? Dog. Like, you shouldn't win that, right? And you see there that he doesn't. A Phantom maybe, or Vandal could have had a potentially a different outcome, but it was very well played there from Beast Coast. Again, they've got something cooking here. We still have to keep an eye on those 3 ultimates from DHBK.
I love the discipline in this default from DHBK. So their presence at showers has been betrayed. Polar getting good information off of the camera and Tripwire there.
Yep.
But immediately DHBK recognizes this as, yo, let's make some B presence. Here's the orbital strike we've been waiting for, right? Nobody's there, but oh, actually it goes back triple, so they're at least creating space. Yep.
Space. And the Hunter's Fury as well, really just kind of setting up a death ball. But it's not the Hunter's Fury. It's not the Orbital Strike. It's Screwface, who's good for 2, and they still have that Showstopper to work with. They're going to get the spike down. Beast Coast in a 5v3 now. They are going to be pushing in from different sides, so they are multi-dimensional in their retake attempts. They've got options here, but it's still a tough ask. Kohler with 1, though. Certainly good for it. There's the Showstopper. Ange takes care of him. Kohler's off for the rest of the round. Beast Coast, again, still here, heavily outnumbered. I don't think they want this anymore. It looks like they're going to back off. Anderson, just to be safe, going to drop that molly. Make sure there are no shenanigans late in the round. DHBK should take a 3-round lead here.
Doug, what's crazy about this is I'm like, oh, nobody's home in U-Haul. But that is why Valorant could be so excruciatingly hard to just, like, understand why players are doing what they're doing, and then at the same time, so beautiful to understand when you understand it. And right there, Beast Coast knows that the Orbital Strike has been online since, what, like round 3 or whatever?
Yep.
So they've not played in U-Haul basically since then. Screwface, like, took it the one time, you know, by force, found his frags or whatever, and felt great about that. But Beast Coast has largely ignored it. They've played from back sight up towards pipes. They've been willing to give all that ground, even, you know, Decop getting up there on top of Truck, trying to avoid that Hunter's Fury. But the Orbital Strike comboed with the Hunter's Fury cuts down on the amount of space that Beast Coast can actually dodge. Not just the Recon Bolt scan itself, but just the Hunter's Fury, the tags. I mean, they're all dancing around in the site. Those are free kills for the shooters on site for DHBK. And now a full B push. Almost inevitable now for all 5 players from DHBK over here on this side of the map.
And they have, I mean, this seems like a pretty heavy commitment. There's nobody lurking showers. There's nobody lurking A. They've got tripwires to ensure that nobody's lurking on them. So you presume this is a hit that they want to take. Screwface dashing forward, looking to see if he can get a little bit more room, but Jammies with the op doesn't just narrowly doesn't get a shot to take a look really at anything. B-Dog good for 1. Tig is as well, and the spike goes down. DHBK fall apart at the seats.
Ange taking the scalp of Kohler at least to start, but 1v4, highly unlikely scenario, and got the paint shells in hand. So might be able to turn this on its head.
30 seconds left.
But to do so, you're going to need to at least survive that long, and Blast Pack's paint shells don't really even come into factor when you take a gun duel like that. That said, you know, you got 5 rounds. You can't win them all. For Beast Coast, on the other hand, that is a very feel-good round. Most of you survive. All of those frags seem to be scattered across the scoreboard. Decomp had a big hold with some Raze utility. Tig catching the spike, and Anderson trying to push into elbow. A lot of good things to take away from there for BC. And, you know, as Jammies has been the hero throughout, Doug, he's doing 6. He's had a ninja defuse or at least a full stick defuse where maybe he shouldn't have in this game. Still definitely in a situation where make things happen for Beast Coast. The fast A play from DHBK is underway, Doug.
They make you haul again.
Oh.
Jammies will still have showers control. And that's so difficult. It's very similar to not having hookah and B to make something happen if you don't have showers control. So much harder to breathe. Dimson gets one.
Remaining.
And again, DHBK.
I have retrieved the spike.
Dude. Well, you look at where the raise is for Beast Coast. They know there's the opportunity, right? Like, there's the possibility of him pulling out and potentially taking the tally. Dimsum, I mean, dude's in a brutal spot.
This is a tough clutch, but you got 40 seconds.
You've got
You
time.
haven't taken a ton of damage.
That's info.
Dancing around site now, just looking
30
for a
seconds
mistake.
left.
As far as mistakes go, East Coast has seldom made one in this round, but
He has the
some-
neural theft.
Planted the spike.
and no brim. Sorry, no pages to work with. So this is just going to be all raw aim duels. Camera comes back up, but it doesn't matter. B-Dog holds fast, and man, I not to make a neural theft pun, but hats off to Kohler for that hold at triple, man. I mean, there's been a few different opportunities for Beast Coast to make a really, like, I don't know, admirable hold against these kind of full sends up short. You know, we've seen the success when DHBK is able to find frags at U-Haul, push all the defenders back into sight. We've seen what they can do once they've created that space, but right there, Kohler just puts a lid on it.
Unreal. How do you come up with this stuff? Do you think
Oh my
about this
God.
ahead of time?
No,
Be honest.
I'm so funny. No, but I was for real though, man. It was a nice play. Okay, I'm not
it
making
was.
jokes out here.
And the pun was good too. I'll give you that. But look, man, BC, they're cooking, baby. They've got something cooking, right? They've won the last couple of rounds. Maybe not in like back-to-back fashion, but they certainly have had the momentum here on the defending side. DHBK, they've got a Blade Storm and they have a Neural Theft here. But what they don't have is a ton of info at this point.
Tig wants this orb so bad. Just let him have it. He wants his Hunter's Fury, okay?
Let's be a good guy. Give it over.
That can, you know. He's gonna linger at least. I mean, that's so smart.
Yeah.
That's out of DHBK to understand that, okay, he's one-off orb. He plays over here at Lone B sometime, or most of the time. He's probably gonna try and get it.
Yeah, he's giving it up here.
Yeah.
He's giving it up.
And-
And that's like, you know, you kind of, it's a little baiting out the carrot, right? Yeah, dude, go ahead, take it. Fine, you can even take B-Long control. We know that you're playing over there, so we're just going to get out. Plus, we've had Anderson in shower, so we can make something happen here. B-Dog and Ange trade out a couple of kills. DHBK are getting the spike all the way of a short. They're going to get into U-Haul as well. There's a neural theft. Ange, though, good for one.
Bowler, who was just
Spike
coming up
planted.
huge for his team, finds one still alive over here at triple, but he wide swings Harmon. Ange with his third. Just jammies now, 1v3 spike. Not in an easily diffusable position. Stuck with an operator over towards heaven. He even suspects that somebody may be coming up behind him from pipes. There's no way of him knowing that.
Right.
Tough spot for Beast Coast. Really going to be a 6th round here for DHBK. Barring something miraculous, and we won't even get that far because... Oh.
No.
No.
He doesn't have time, right?
He doesn't have time, right?
Right,
Right?
he's getting out. He thought about it. He mulled it
though,
over.
Doug. Imagine if I sat there and I'm like, there's no way Then I might believe in caster curses. I might. Not today.
I mean, you've done it enough times. You should at this point. DHBK up 2 rounds. They stuff some of the momentum that Beast Coast was cooking with, right? But Beast Coast again still in a good spot. They have a couple of ultimates. They're down 2 rounds, but you can make that up here, and potentially get you to a 6-6 half.
Got a Hunter's Fury. Ange one off. Harmon one off. You've got potential showstopper Hunter's Fury for the side of DHBK as well. However, I think part of what they're, I don't know about afraid, but they're definitely concerned about this long B area being aggressed. I mean, Tig walked down the last round and already creating so much space with this owl drone down towards Fountain. And there's one of two things that are going to end up happening with that information. Either East Coast will opt to, move towards A, overstack the site, play off that read. Or DHBK is going to try and capitalize on that. Yeah, they're gonna try and go back towards B, expecting East Coast to over-rotate here, but they haven't. Look at this.
Well, but there's also, like, they drew out some utility, right? You saw the Paranoia come out. You know that's not in the fold any longer. D-Cop, big kill onto Dimsum there.
Yeah, and if D-Cop had rotated, it would have been a different story, but that position is so strong.
Yep.
Tig stuck in 2, but crossfired a bit, but D-Cop really overplays his hand there at long, and instead Anders steps forward, finds 2 crisp Vandal headshots, and now it's a 4-on-3 where there was once no daylight at B. Orbital Strike online, Hunter's Fury online, and there is really a tough ask for a retake here on the table for Beast Coast.
It really is. They go from really no daylight at all.
Player standing.
Ugh. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Things were going so right, Doug.
Yep.
And then they weren't.
Round in the half.
Yeah, they went from having no daylight at all to opening up the skies, right? Like, they had everything there. DHBK looking at pushing an 8-4 on the attacking side on bind at half. That's a pretty scoreline.
Oh, yeah. And they've had pretty scorelines all night. But it wasn't quite this pretty on Icebox. A one-round difference there,
Yeah.
Still was good. Still was a great half. He's taking the duel towards Showers, but Kohler gets the better of him.
Bro.
Oh, destroyed.
Filthy. Harmon using the Hunter's Fury. Yep.
he just
B-Dog,
miss
no
or
sir.
Somehow he got no tags in Hookah. I wonder what happened there. What catches jammies with this judge. So powerful from that elevated position. Tough clear for Ange without any utility. And Anders looking for some space over here at short. Got an orbital strike. Got some smokes. Let's create some space of our own. Here he goes.
B-Dog good for 1. Harmon trades it out. Tig with the Hunter's Fury, far more successful than Harmon was. But Kohler cleans it up. East Coast get it to 7-5 at half. This ain't over, right? This can easily still go either way.
Absolutely, but what a response from Beast Coast in the first place. I mean, those 2 previous rounds, they found themselves at an advantage. They were looking good. DHBK, as they've done so many times throughout this entire series, drawing things back in their favor. And here's this 1v3 pistol that started it all out. The betrayal of the Bucky onto Big D Cop. Screwface's response. And I think, Doug, we might disagree on this, but I just think for an attack side of Bind, I mean,
you don't love
DH. I don't love this situation that Beast Coast is in.
Yeah,
I don't feel as though there's a ton of momentum here. There's not, incredible stuff or wind in their sails or whatever that you can draw on. You wonder whether or not this pistol's going to have even bigger ramifications than normal on this series.
Cool.
That'll start it.
Anderson going in a little bit aggressive, trying to get spicy. B-Dog snips it out, takes him out. Dimsa trades it out as he gets one. And he pushes another member back. U-Haul has been lost for DHBK, but they don't seem to care so far as Dimson gets another one onto D-Cop. Running for the fences, staying alive. The damage has been done. Numbers advantage for DHBK, but B-Dog again on that lurk. He's been a problem the entire time. And he gets another one under Screwface. Harmon has to go aggressive, tries to challenge him, pushes him back. DHBK still with the numbers advantage. And across the middle, it's Harmon who gets it. B-Dog, however, keeping it spicy. He's got one. 3 on the round for him here, and DHBK has Dimsum is very weak. He doesn't have the spike. Now he does. Wonder if he's going to try to get out. No, very good crossfire setup. Ange locked it down. DHBK take the pistol.
And they've been winning pistols all night, it seems. And I mean, even there, Beast Coast finding themselves in an early advantage. Anderson overplaying his hand just a bit, getting caught out from the short position of B-Dog. And B-Dog was having a terrific map 1 at 14-8, leading the team and the server.
Pretty good.
You know, things started out fantastic, and some heroic play maybe from Harmon just to stay alive in front of Showers. I think he got 3 on the round, but ultimately just buying time for that rotation to come in. The flank from Ange really just stole it away, I think, from Beast Coast. Here's the Bucky, Doug.
See if it betrays yet again. The paranoia is there. The nades push him back. Somehow he doesn't take any damage. There's no betrayal there as he's already gotten 2. Anderson gets one as well. Beast Coast get ripped to shreds.
There's Betrayer Bucky, and then there's Brother Bucky. And right there,
that was Brother Bucky.
Screwface was one with the buck. And wow, that was... I mean, just getting paranoid isn't really enough to scare away defenders from hookah. Like, yeah, you can... Certainly, if you updraft in, as Jammies did, you may be able to avoid that to some degree, but yelling pull somewhere from afar, Screwface answers in kind with 2 quick shotgun blasts to the sky and finds, 2 kills that in any other circumstance, with any other weapon, probably don't go his way. And I hate to even bring it up. The Jammies, who's been the hero of Beast Coast through the first 2 maps, and even in the beginning of this game,
yep.
I think not just the defuse. There was 2 rounds where he just came up huge. Beast Coast round wins. It's been silenced throughout most of the defensive side half. Now it's 9-5. Pistol doesn't go your way. What we talked about, as being a great half for DHBK turns into, okay, now you got pistol and an anti-eco under your belts. You're in the bonus. I got to imagine, Doug, that if you lose this here for Beast Coast, this has got to be curtains, right?
It's pretty dang close, bro. Pretty dang close. DHBK comfortable giving up long, comfortable giving up garden, but they're still going to post up a couple of members in hookah. Jammies manages to dash in. They know that there are a couple players in hookah. You hear the teleports coming through. Ange is there for the block. As the spike, I wouldn't be surprised to see him flip the map here.
30 seconds left.
Note that I said I wouldn't be surprised. I wasn't saying it's exactly what they were going to do. They get the spike down onto B. DHBK still has the numbers advantage. D-Cop, again, we talked about how good he can be here. See if he can connect on anything. As the map is split, seldom see things play out like this. Up close and personal, Ange gets the gunfight win. Beast Coast down to 2 members left. DHBK drop down. Now it's actually Beast Coast, who we've... My gosh, we've seen so many times. Ooh. Beast Coast in a good spot. DHBK snatches it right out of under their feet. But now it's Beast Coast, right, who was able to take that round away when it seemed like they probably shouldn't have.
Oh, my goodness. B-Dog coming up huge. D-Cop with some aid there on the right side of his... Oh, my God. There were so many opportunities, I feel like, for Beast Coast to win that kind of cleanly, And as you said, man, just ripping it away as DHBK. And thankfully, the Beast Coast fans at home... E-Dog coming up big for his boys once more, and now it's 9-6. A very respectable scoreline considering you know, how often we've been spilling this narrative of DHBK playing perhaps, I don't want to say superior, but definitely
They look good.
overall a very classy Valorant play coming out from them. As I say that, there's a lot of buggy frags that they've gotten and judge kills. So maybe not classy, but something.
It's
Scrappy.
like the opposite.
Clearing Hookah early, not going to quite get the job done despite all the utility just chucked in there. So this timid B fake, or at least feint towards map control from Beast Coast, will not bring about a rotation. 3 players from DHBK are on the A side. As I say that, though, there's 1 player that is rotating out, so that maybe it has worked after all.
He's gone. A looks juicy here. They have showers control. They have short control, and Anderson's dead. They're looking for more. Kohler gets onto Dim Sum. And that should be relatively easy sailing the rest of the way. Of course, as I say that, Screwface is going to make me eat my words. He gets 1 with the judge.
Spike planted.
Narrowly missing at Paranoia. And again, U-Haul hasn't been cleared. Screwface is still there. Meanwhile, members of DHBK are continuing to rotate over. The thing is, Beast Coast, with having control, have a good spot at something here. Harmon gets 1. And again, like, Screwface has been spotted. They know where he is, but the clock continues to tick away. DHBK are going to have to bust the move here, try to get onto this defusal. Ange gets onto 1. It's just a 1v1 here. Ange comes up big with 3, and he's going to get the defuse, looking to put Beast Coast away.
Oh, man. East Coast is teasing us here. 2 fantastic entries. Kohler out of showers, just ripping the head off of 1. The other goes the way of his teammate. Things are looking good. B-Dog chimes in. And yet here we are at 10-6. Several powerful ultimates for both teams are online, but Beast Coast just back into the shadow realm of a financial despot. And you gotta think that this Spectre, you know, Sheriff, Bucky, whatever they're investing into this round with the Blade Storm to back it up,
Right here.
it's gotta pay off somehow, some way, because you lose this here, Doug, 11-6. It's looking really rough. Fast speed play.
Yep, fast speed play. The Paranoia was there. Jamie's dashed in. Tig cleared out elbow. They didn't follow onto the site, right? Like, they didn't follow up, and Screwface is there like an anchor. He just holds fast. He's already gotten 3. Beast Coast just down to 1. At least at this point. Oh no, that sucks. that sucks.
That would have been a sick ace for the Twitter, but yeah, maybe we tailwinded into the boom bot. These things happen. Those were nice shots, though, man. Impressive stuff all series long from Screwface. Now it's just Decop, Bucky in hand. Ange shoots him down from the sky, 11-6. There's not much that I can say here other than East Coast needs to somehow avoid all the powerful ultimates that are on the table here for DHBK. And despite not a great financial situation or outlook, you've got to find a hole somewhere. You've got to find a weakness. Perhaps the weakness was just a boom bot, well timed in the right place.
That's so unlucky. That just sucks. All right, Beast Coast, relatively mixed buy, right? You got a Bulldog, you have 1 player on light armor, but what you don't have much of at this point if you're Beast Coast is time, right? Ange getting the opening pick onto Decop as well certainly doesn't feel good. DHBK with 4 ultimates, notable ones as well. In their pockets. Screwface, a rare miss, but you don't miss twice if your name is Screwface. It's a big pick onto Jamie's. DHBK continuing to push the matter with a huge numbers advantage.
Yeah, this is all but looking like doomsday for Beast Coast, and you know, in a hard-fought series thus far, but time for, I think, someone to just let it all go like it was on Icebox. You know, Jammies came up with that 4K 1v5 clutch. Teamwork-wise, no executes that they've... Maybe Kohler's the first to start. There's a crisp headshot onto Ange. As I say that, Harmon taking a ton of damage in return, but is able to clean up the frag. Orbital strike gets popped. Two players are close on this.
Oh boy.
Anders gets the better of them. Unfortunate for Beast Coast, but few opportunities maybe to make that a reality, that fantasy that I'm trying to put in your minds of a Beast Coast comeback and making the game, you know, in any way possible. Extent, you know, you mentioned at the very beginning of the series, barring something crazy and unforeseen, this is the final map. The decider, the winner of this series, goes on to the closed qualifier. This is for all the marbles, Doug, and it really seems as though DHBK is in possession of them all. They are spreading in this default once more. Beast Coast is, that is, and early on, maybe some shower control from Kohler and several players stacked up here towards short, leading towards the possibility of a fast A play any moment now to come in.
Oh, bro, that feels horrible. Jamie tries to dash in, and Screwface greets him with an op. He gets the second one as well. Screwface looking for the third, gets 4, looking to make a statement. He drops DHBK down to 2 members left. Tig is alone. Tig with 20 health. He's got the spike. He's got tournament life. He's got Masters hopes on the lines, on his shoulders, as he tries to will Beast Coast into another round. But it's a tough ask. Tig checking any corner he possibly can. And DHBK wisely just like waiting it out, right? They don't have to challenge. They don't need to take any aggressive gunfights. You certainly don't want to isolate yourself here. You want to set up for crossfire, and sure, there are no crazy shenanigans that take place. Oh, but Tig goes for the judge. Oh. Surely, if he pulls this off, it's going to be an absolutely filthy fashion. You hear the tap? Tig slowly creeping his way forward. There's the tap yet again. He goes up top, he jumps. Surely they've heard him at this point. As they continue to push forward. Good shock dart there. 2 health. No way. No way. He gets one onto Dim Sum. Dart's there. It's cleared out. Oh, the shock dart! The shock dart! The shock dart! Harmon does it, ladies and gentlemen. The Cinderella story continues as DHBK best Beast Coast 2-1 and advance to the close qualifiers.
Wow. The week-old team, DHBK, the